Alright everyone, I was going to wear red for St. Paddy's Day, then I realized I didn't have any red in my wardrobe. Like, this is the closest thing other than my bathrobe, and I'm just not going to wear that early in the morning. It just makes me feel lazy. Like, I get up and I just want to go. Oh, caffeine or no caffeine, like, it's just sort of how I am. Basically, St. Paddy's Day to me is, hey, I get corned beef and cabbage, so it's going to be a good day. But we got to talk about this hit piece that was levied against Andy Warski by Right Wing Watch, talking about, oh, he bragged on his stream about sexually assaulting a woman, which, by the way, according to both his explanation and the apparent definition of sexual assault, that's defamation. He should sue. I've already encouraged him to. I would gladly help him bankroll that, so, you know, the Holts of the world, you need to take heed. When you poke the hornet's nest, there are a lot of YouTubers. Some of us do have a bit of expendable income. We can certainly pull that together to burn your so-called media firm into a pile of ashes for attempting to attack people. People are getting tired of it. You don't have the right to spread lies constantly and escape repercussions. Also, you can flag their articles on Facebook as fake news, which, you know, quite literally a lot of them are. In the most strict sense, at the very least, they're half true or misleading. So go ahead and go through those and figure it out, and, you know, maybe we can get them taken off of their aggregator on Facebook. That'd be because Facebook's way more draconian than like YouTube. YouTube's reluctant to pull material, especially from large-ish channels. And I think their channel has like what, 30,000 subs or something. Fraction of the audience and actual retention, but you know it's still an established presence. But anyway, they write this article, and the very headline is basically defamation, which is hilarious, number one. Number two, Andy Warski actually shows up on the Twitter post, and he's like, oh, well, supposedly I did something totally horribly wrong, but we continued dating and banging for 3 additional months thereafter. So, you know, basically you're a bunch of freaks for even thinking this is newsworthy, and they are. This, again, no crime was apparently committed, no charge was levied, he's not in a jail cell. Why do you think, can I ask this? I rhetorically asked this to you all, and I pointed this out on Twitter yesterday. Is it coincidental that both Andy Warski and his co-host JF, in less than a 48-hour period, suffer hit pieces along very similar lines from 2 separate media entities, so-called, you know, second-tier left-wing partisan media entities? Or was there coordination, possibly? Was there a little bit of a meeting? Oh, well, you know, this blood sports thing is really popular. You know, we can get attention, thus more ad revenue, more clickbait bullshit. By attacking these people, number one. Number two, we're getting concerned because, you know, this is sort of like the cool kids club. Like the beautiful people's club is they're a bunch of boring normies. They just want to watch like Kimmel, and they think that it's edgy when Kimmel makes a fart joke, and it's all very cute because they're basically mind-numb sheep. But the truly talented, educated individuals are not paying attention to Right Wing Watch. They're not reading the Daily Beast. If you go there at all, you're probably doing it because they're like, oh, what can I be outraged at and analyze next? What hypocrisy can I point out today? It's a laundry list of it. Literally just pick any article you want. Take all the articles, put them on a spinning wheel, and throw a dart at it. The article will probably be stupid, defamatory, or just flat out nonsense. It'll probably be one of those 3 things. So yeah, Warski should definitely consider contacting a legal representative. Because when I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, they're using the term sexual assault in an objective manner, saying that he's bragging about it. That's not what he's talking about, though. Under the actual legal definition of sexual assault, not what he's talking about is consensual behavior, continued to result in further sexual behavior that was also apparently consensual for some months thereafter. That's a fairly cut and dry case of defamation. And it gets worse, because Right Wing Watch is explicitly, self-avowedly, a left-wing publication whose only goal is, oh, well, we expose, like, you know, people on the right when they do things we happen not to like, or that are illegal, or that are unconscionable, or something. Okay, that's fine, you know, so basically yellow journalism, and or muckraking, depending on who it is. If it's Pat Robertson, it's probably muckraking. It's, hey, look at this old crazy dude. He said that Haiti caused earthquakes because they practiced voodoo or something. Okay, yeah, that's great. The rest of it's really just yellow journalism. When you're attacking a bunch of YouTubers who a year ago you said were inconsequential and ignored entirely, if you weren't just mocking us as inconsequential, all of a sudden we're responsible for all the problems in the world. And by the way, Andy Warski is bragging about something that he's not actually talking about. See, it's a big mistake, and you're doing it for political reasons in the most explicit sense. Now, if the article is fundamentally true, you can be as political as you want. It's not defamatory. It's not illegal. You're not going to get sued for it, and if you do, you'll proceed and you'll win in court. If, however, the very headline of your article is defamation, that could be a little bit of a problem now, couldn't it? And the other problem being, of course, in the JF article with like the Daily Beast, I can almost guarantee you there was some degree of coordination. It wouldn't make sense for it to be coincidental. And then you have all sorts, you have a write-up as well on Baked Alaska at the same time, and that's clearly, and it's the same author, they're having a meetup on the same day, that's self-explanatory. As far as the Daily Beast, I guess they decided that if Holt wrote 3 articles in a short time about, people who are part of this same nexus of YouTube users, or online personas, I should say, that it might be a little problematic. Also, I've seen the term e-celeb getting injected into public discourse more and more. I guess the idea is that people like myself, who are totally independent and who, thrive on grassroots endeavors, that we're the same as some vapid multi-billion-dollar out-of-touch celebrity. And that, if some journalistic outlet, like Right Wing Watch, of course, or Vox, should write a hit piece on us, people shouldn't defend us because then it's like cult of personality. I pointed out 2 years ago, you shouldn't lionize individuals just because you like their online content. That's me, everybody else. But at the same time, if a hit piece is written about someone, yeah, it makes sense to support them if you like their content. Because otherwise they get plowed under. And creators need to stand together too. And once again, like with the JF stuff, I'm sure that there will be people that rage and go crazy and say, oh, why are you defending this? Warski said he took the condom off during sex and his girlfriend was like, what the fuck? Did she sue him? No, she didn't sue him. Was it a long time ago? Apparently it was like 10 years ago or some crazy shit. Okay, so it was a long time ago. It didn't result in any legal action. They proceeded to bang multiple times for 3 subsequent months. How is it newsworthy, number 1? How is it not defamatory to label that sexual assault, number 2? Now, you can say so if he was found guilty of sexual assault, then the title would not be defamatory. He wasn't even charged with anything. Whoops. Yeah, I think Right Wing Watch may have overextended. Helpfully, I've archived it in the description. Definitely, whenever you see a hit piece like this, the first thing you should do is archive it. Don't assume somebody else already has, unless you've already encountered an archive of it. And always, if you're ever reading these stories, don't go to the site and actually read it there because you're giving them traffic. Always use an archive. We can deprive them of ad revenue. It's like Holt the other day. He's like, I work for a non-profit. We don't take ad revenue. No. Yeah, exactly. You don't profit very much in that line of business because you have a small audience. You have high overhead. You actually have to have like an office and servers and weird shit like that. And I guess you're not even taking ad revenue. You're just taking Soros bucks. Does Soros know what his money is going towards? That it's going towards poking the hornet's nest on YouTube? A gargantuan army of people that are already pissed off. And look, a lot of leftists don't like the dude. A lot of leftists think, wow, he's that globalist dude who wants to like enslave the poor. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, and Right Wing Watch, its parent company, is basically a subsidiary of Soros Holdings. So yeah, enjoy the potential legal suit. Because there are other people that are definitely willing to back such a thing from the shadows, because we're tired of the defamation. We're tired of the bullshit. Focus on legitimate journalism. If you're going to call yourself a journalistic outlet, do journalism. If you're going to try to expose people on the right, actually expose it when they do something wrong. Talk about Conyers. Or not Conyers, Farenthold there, the dude who was like paying off, hey, he actually assaulted people, then settled out of court on an actual case. Okay, that's newsworthy. Public official, elected official, actually did something wrong. There are definitely people on the right who do. Notice how you haven't made any, hey, George W.'s still a shitfuck despite his cute little boy smile stories lately. Now, I'm not going to see one of those from you, are you? Yeah, so you're not going after the right. You're just going after your online competitors at this point. Because you don't like the fact that your presence is so small. Years and years of posting stuff from CNN or some televangelist network didn't get you the fame and money and power that you wanted. So now you've decided, oh, we'll go after a bunch of YouTubers. We'll go after people who are sitting in their house with a webcam. How brave you are for exposing us for our various apparent non-crimes. Oh, JF did something we find sleazy. No, were there charges? No? It doesn't matter. It's still newsworthy to us. We don't fucking care. Oh, Andy Warski didn't get sued. He didn't get put in jail. He didn't do anything apparently legally wrong under the laws of his state. Oh, yeah, we're going to run the hit piece anyway because we're just bored. We're just bored. And the thing is, another reason why they do this is that they know that people will react to it. And it'll get them attention. Now, it's not getting them enough attention, I think, to stay afloat. Again, you look at their traffic spiking around the time that they put out these hit pieces. Yeah, it's more than they normally get, but it's still not an overwhelming amount. It's still a fraction of what I get, and I'm nowhere. I think Andy Warski is quite significantly larger than I am. So yeah, I'll help him bankroll a lawsuit. Absolutely, because enough is enough. These people need to be held to account. If you're going to call yourself a journalist, you need to have journalistic ethics. Not run a hit piece where you openly defame somebody in the opening fucking title of the actual piece itself. And again, you can go through their Facebook page. Since a lot of their posts are provably fake, they can be rightfully labeled as fake news. On Twitter, some of their stuff would probably fall under targeted harassment. This type of story, none better. Maybe somebody should contact their domain registrar at some point. Maybe somebody should organize something there where you're like, hey, eventually it's going to cause legal problems. It's defamatory. And didn't Congress just pass some sort of bullshit law about how online providers could be held more directly accountable for what they have on their content? Would that extend to domain registrars? I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe we should think about these things. That's about all. Peace out.